What up, what up, what up, everybody? This is Dario Hunt from Living Life Fearless. Welcome back to another episode of our Fearless Show podcast. With me today is my guest, as always, Mr. Darius Walker.
What's going on, everybody? Artist D Walker. Welcome back. Living Life Fearless gang. We are, coming back. Just me and Dario this time. No guests, but we'll have more guests soon. And, I just want to thank y'all for joining us. We got a lot of hot stuff to talk about, specifically a lot of music talk.
Yeah, it's definitely been, a minute since it was just us two, but I figured there was a lot going on. And we're definitely going to dive into all that, particularly with the Grammys, since that has been a big talking point ever since they recently announced the nominations for 2021, and we definitely have a lot to cover over there. But before we get into that, I want to hit you guys as usual with some news. Starting off, I want to say rest in peace to David Prowse. He played Darth Vader in the original Star Wars, and he just passed away at 85.
R.I.P.
So, obviously an icon. He created quite possibly the most iconic character in all of film history. Mm-hmm. Even though his voice wasn't used and we never saw his face.
That's okay.
It's all good.
It was him though.
Next up, we're gonna talk about some items that we covered over the last week or so on the site. So if you want to actually check out the full stories of anything that we are talking about, you can do that and head on over for yourself. Starting off, Bandcamp is launching their ticketed live streaming for artists. It's going to be called Bandcamp Live. So basically what it is what we kind of been doing for our listening parties. Artists will go on there and they'll have like their own live stream that you can buy a ticket for, and you can actually sell merch. You have like your own virtual kind of merch table under the screen for your fans, and it'll be like a live chat thing going on. So, I thought that was pretty cool.
That's cool. That's interesting for a platform to do, so they can go direct to consumer setup.
Yeah.
A lot of these artists kind of need that right now,
Yeah. I think they waited probably a little too long, but glad that they finally came around and like came up with some other option for artists. But they've always been like, at the forefront of doing things for independent musicians, ever since it's like the first Friday of every month, they like 100% of the royalties and fees go to the artist directly. So like they've always been pro artists. It's just like another thing that they're adding for all the artists out there, which is really cool to see. Mm-hmm. Next up, we have Spike Lee is set to direct a musical about the development of Viagra.
That's so interesting. All right, Spike.
So it's a new movie musical that will tell a story of how Viagra became one of the most popular prescription drugs in the world. It's based on a 2018 Esquire feature, aptly titled "All Rise: The Untold Story of the Guys Who Launched Viagra." So it'll be a movie musical, and it will be produced by Spike Lee's 40 Acres and a Mill Filmworks. And I think it's his first, first musical that he's written and directed and produced himself. So that should be interesting. I want to, because he hasn't,
he did. Musicals are kind of his thing a little bit. He likes to slide it in there. Not a full musical.
He's never personally, I think, like written and directed one himself.
What was that? Chirac. Did he write that?
I don't know if he wrote it.
Because that would technically count.
I don't know if he wrote
that. But yeah, that's the closest thing I could think of.
A good.
Like I said, hey, I'm not saying it's a good example. I'm just saying it's an example.
Of his take at musicals. That is not a good example, because that was very poorly received by a lot of people that thought we're gonna like love what he was doing. So
that's Nick Cannon's fault. Don't put that on.
That's not a good example. I just don't know. I'm curious to see what he could do, because he doesn't necessarily strike me as like that type of director, and it's kind of like a serious but goofy, funny story at the same time. And while he always used humor and stuff, I don't think it's kind of the type of humor you would kind of expect to see. Almost like almost sounds like a Wolf of Wall Street type of situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, it feels like that, like Wolf of Wall Street. Like, I don't know, it's a strange, even Tarantino's last film, that Hollywood joint, kind of like just like it feels like the movie would have to be that kind of humor. I feel like Tarantino might do a really dope job at that kind of
unpopular opinion, but that was one of my least favorite Tarantino films.
It was the most boring. It was more boring than Hateful Eight or anything else that was long. I'll be honest. I got it, and I mean, but hey, I'm sorry.
I didn't think the payoff and the buildup was worth it. Like, it was just like, okay, it was almost like
that was the most underwhelming buildup of Tarantino's career.
It just felt like kind of a almost fetish for him to like fantasy type of reenact his fantasy, like of how he wished things kind of turned out or something.
Yeah, he got it off. I think he really just wanted to get off a Hollywood film, like a straight up old Hollywood film. And like,
not my favorite.
Nah.
He gets a pass.
I probably won't even watch it
for everything good out. He definitely gets a pass though. So
yeah.
So be on the lookout for that. I think production will start sometime.
Viagra movie, Spike Lee.
Next up, John Lennon's Double Fantasy album, which he signed for his killer, is up for auction. In addition to another of other big ticket items, music items that have gone up for sale or are about to go up for sale.
Interesting.
Yeah. So recently, Boston's our auction house sold a collection of Bob Dylan documents for almost $500,000, including like unpublished lyrics and letters to American blues musician Tony Glover. And Rush's Neil Peart, his Chrome Slingerland drum kit, which he played for Rush from 1974 to 1977, is also being placed on the auction blocks, and it should expected to sell around $120,000. And obviously, John Legend's Double Fantasy album, the one he signed for Mark David Chapman, who killed him, and he actually signed it just hours before his tragic death. This is being sold and up for auction, and it's expected to sell for as much as $2 million.
Okay.
It's a little crazy. I don't know how I feel about that.
I mean, it's kind of weird.
Like,
I mean, he's not a part of it. Wait, so this is Bob Dylan?
Bob Dylan was the first auction that happened. The Double Fantasy album, John Lennon's solo album, is the one that he signed for his killer. And that is being put up for auction. That's going to go for like almost $2 million.
Oh, that's really weird. I don't know, man. That's awkward.
Like, if I was his family, I don't know how I feel about that. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, it happens though. They be doing that out here in these streets. Stuff like that goes for a lot on the streets.
Yeah, that's
in auction houses for people's collections.
Especially when it's something to do with like, murder or anything like that. So
yeah, if it happened, especially a high profile murder.
Very high profile.
Yeah. Like George Zimmerman auctioned his gun off.
Well, fuck him forever, first of all.
Facts.
But yeah.
Just the most ready example I had.
Another terrible example.
Hey, but it just proves the point. don't do that shit.
Next up, Rudy Giuliani, as a lot of us have known and a lot of us would agree on, he has not been at the top of his game recently. In fact, most people say he's fallen far from grace when he was considered a national hero for all his actions following the 9/11 attacks in 2001. Ever since then, he's been kind of a shit show, from his recent things like being in Borat, being tricked in Borat, and then going on national TV and just acting erratically and spewing crazy shit while having like hair dye, like running down your face, and then like spotting and like mucus coming. Like, it was one of the nastiest things I've ever seen, like on live TV.
Yeah, that was no Photoshop, just gross. Like,
So he's been in the news a lot, and because of that, he's been trending. He trended on Twitter, and what we got out of that was actually the Rudy TV movie. Did you know that there was a Rudy TV movie?
What? Nah.
So
First up.
it's trending again on Twitter. Somebody retweeted a clip about it, and he's played by James Woods, which is ironic and fitting. And it's just been trending on Twitter again. And if you haven't, you should definitely go over to the site and watch that clip because it's hilarious.
All right. I'm gonna check it out. That's hilarious. That's crazy.
It's been viewed over like almost 3 million times now. And last piece of news, this is not on the site, but HBO is coming out with the doc, and I wanted to talk about this doc a minute because it sounds crazy. The doc is called Baby God, and it tells the story of Dr. Quincy Fortier, a fertility specialist who not only preyed on his own children, but inserted his sperm into possibly hundreds of women. So yeah, it's premiering on December 2nd on HBO. And over the course of decades, he impregnated an unknown number of female patients at his women's hospital. So he would like mix his own semen in with like other samples and impregnate women.
I heard about that as a story, like just the news cycle, but like not the doc. So that's crazy. The doc's coming out about this.
Yeah,
that's nuts. That's so nuts. And what's even crazier is when it drops, people are probably gonna, who don't know for sure or ever had complications with that, like have to look into it and like find out if this guy was their parent or not.
Yeah, I mean, I guess how he got caught in the first place was people started doing like those hereditary tests, like to kind of find out, their ancestry, whatever.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't coming up right, what they expected. And then it just kind of built up and it all kind of traced back to this one dude. And what's crazy is he didn't even lose his license and he continued to work into his 90s from his home. And he was allowed to adopt 2 daughters.
That's crazy.
Who he personally gave routine physical exams to.
Wow. All right. Sometimes there's warning signs and people just don't, respond correctly when they see the signs that maybe this isn't quite up and up over here. It sounds like they had opportunity to shut him down. Just let him rock.
And I think what's even probably crazier is that this is probably not even like a one-off situation, especially back then.
Oh, no, for sure. I mean, because there was a whole documentary like a year or 2 ago about the orphanage that.
Did you talk about the triplets?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one. So like just how like the shady circumstances of that.
Fucked up shit. Goddamn.
Yeah, it is just like, yo, you don't know what like these legal institutions were doing back in the day, like just doing whatever.
And like, we're so more trusting back then, especially like a person in that type of position. So they're like, oh, they'll never do anything. And like, no, yeah. You're realizing that it doesn't really matter what your profession is. They can be a fucking horrible person.
Exactly. You go to the sperm bank and you say, I want a doctor, somebody who was smart like a doctor. The doctor goes to the back. He's like, I'm a doctor. And then
I mean, catch me if you can. Based on a true story. Yeah. Like he faked being a doctor and shit. Like, come on. Like you could do a lot of shit back then. It was insane. But if anything, this new doc, if anything, is doing, HBO is really putting a lot of pressure on me to subscribe to this new HBO Max thing they got going on because they're putting out some heat recently.
Bro, they almost made me do it last year. I forgot what it was, but like, yeah, no, HBO's been, they've been keeping it back. Like,
well, they've always had like my favorite series probably ever outside of like maybe AMC,
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, but that show's over, so.
But now they got docs on there, and now all these crazy docs they're coming out with, which they do better than pretty much everybody, including Netflix. And
oh, actually, that reminds me, maybe one more topic. The Dave Chappelle beef with HBO and the Netflix taking the show down. Did you see the little Instagram special or whatever he did?
It's something.
Unspoken. What was it? It was. I forgot what it was called. It did have a title. What's funny is because I watched it without it.
Keep talking about it. I'll forget the title.
Okay, yeah, but like, it wasn't really a comedy. It was like a stern talking to about some circumstances. He was kind of just like similar to that first special he did in quarantine when he had like a small group of people outside, and he,
eight, however many minutes the time was when about the George Floyd thing.
Yeah, exactly. So it was kind of like a public address, like, so he kind of just stated.
It's Unforgiven is the name of it.
Unforgiven. Okay, yeah. So I just thought that was really big news, but also interesting, because it is off Netflix, like you said in the show. So that follow through is interesting.
Yeah. So for those that don't know what's going on, Chappelle Show, Netflix bought Chappelle Show, the streaming rights to Chappelle Show to start streaming on their site, along with, I think, HBO and maybe one other person. Obviously, Comedy Central owns. But actually, I think Viacom owns Comedy Central and maybe HBO. So I think it's one and the same. But so Netflix bought the streaming rights, and that irked Dave for many reasons because he doesn't get any money from his show being streamed.
Yeah.
Which, you think, okay, whatever, you sign a contract, but at the same time, when you see like someone like Seinfeld, who's literally made $1 billion off of straight streaming rights for your own material that you created,
yeah,
I understand it. So basically what he was saying is like, boycott me, boycott, Chappelle Show until they pay me. So basically don't watch it. And he has so much clout and like power now that Netflix literally pulled it off their service because they don't want to lose that relationship. That relationship is even bigger than just Chappelle Show.
We just gave him like 80 million into the last 3 years. So like, we're not going to just keep
$150 million deal with him after he signed that first initial deal. So
yeah,
they need him. He's a big reason why people, go to Netflix, like because all his specials are coming there now. And he does these cool little one-offs. And yeah, I don't know. How do you think it's gonna work for one? And do you think it's change anything for two?
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know if he's trying to get ownership or partial ownership, or like if it could be some kind of like structural thing to work out, maybe in a time frame. It might be a 20-year time frame or something he already had signed or something. Who knows? Like he said perpetuity, so it sounds like that at least would have to change. He might be able to restructure it where at least his kids would get the royalties, and maybe he doesn't get it immediately. But the business owns it, so like they're gonna fight hard to keep it because it is one of the greatest things ever created in the last, couple of decades.
I think this is definitely was the greatest sketch show ever. And one of the most important pop culture moments on TV, quite honestly.
It came after all the other sketch shows. So we definitely, came off the shoulders, like LeBron after Michael.
Not saying it didn't, but it doesn't change the fact that it's the greatest sketch show ever. That doesn't change the fact of it,
It was just too well executed.
I don't know. I don't think it's gonna. I think
Netflix gets more pull, though. I think it's just a great head nod to Netflix.
Well, Netflix is already kind of getting shit on for other things, so they didn't want to compound the fact, now you're like fucking over.
Yeah, but Dave's publicly saying I fuck with them because they did this. So and like Dave is because of all the other backlash, we get to look at him a little like positive. So that's like real good. That's what we are.
I don't know if this will force them back to the table, but I think if they're smart and it's going to do two things. They're either going to try to wait until the PR kind of the focus, kind of shifts away and then try to kind of slyly keep doing the same shit, or this like backlash is going to be so big that they're going to like come back to the table and actually kind of renegotiate. They for sure won't give him 100% ownership, but he should be getting some ownership of his own show. Obviously, we don't know the contract structure and blah, 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 but I think this could like force them back to kind of to renegotiate, which they would never have done before if he didn't become as big as he is now. Like he's quickly becoming the most important one of the most important voices in America. Like, yeah, he can just put a special out where he doesn't even tell a joke and millions upon
millions. He can turn his phone on at any moment, and if he talks and says something,
tell one joke. Like,
there wasn't a joke. There wasn't a joke. Like,
and like people still flocked to it, like just to see him speak because he is so good at that. Like he is quickly becoming like one of the most important voices, and like he kind of crosses those lines too. Like it doesn't really matter what your political affiliation or your views are. He kind of crosses like all of those lines, and that's a lot of power. So I think that will force some type of change to happen. How soon, I don't know, but I think conversation that we'll need to have probably at some point is just kind of this new wave of like artists, particularly talking about Black artists and Black actors and Black, musicians kind of taking a stand. Yeah. And like kind of paving the way a little bit for like the next generation. Like, hey, you don't need to take these contracts, avoid these traps here and here, because we weren't really doing that before. But like now we're doing it in such a public manner. Like John Boyega called that Disney, bro. Like, bro, you're not that big to be, no ever in time before would he have like felt comfortable enough to do that. Yeah. Because it's like he's still trying to establish himself in his career, and to call something as big as Disney, bro, you would literally just be out of a job for the rest of your life, like if it goes wrong. You know what I'm saying? So it's a really cool thing to see, and like that's definitely more for like a deeper conversation about this new wave of kind of awareness.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we'll definitely talk about it again. It'll come up, but yeah, I just wanted to put that on the air. That if you haven't seen that special, Unforgiven, go check that out.
On his Instagram, I'm pretty sure that's the only place it's on too.
Yeah, I tried to find it on like YouTube.
Let me go YouTube this. Like, no, wait, what?
Yeah, I was like, what?
Not either. It's just Instagram. Go check that out. It's free.
I was trying to like cast it to my TV and shit, but you can't cast on Instagram.
Yeah. All right, so we talked about this a lot when it happened. So I don't want to go fully into it, but the Jeezy Gucci versus.
Hey.
Is this the best versus ever?
Fam, that was extraordinary. Was the first time it felt like what we all thought it was going to be. Yeah. Like, when we thought of verses, we were thinking of like some kind of like actual battle beef energy, and it being an actual blow of hits and the vibes, and it was. and whoa. Like, whoa.
Everything
was all the way up.
From this and more. Like, it exceeded my expectations for sure. Like, when we say there's like
play songs I was waiting for.
Right. Well, it kind of went out expected because I didn't think Gucci was going to give a fuck about the music, which he did not care about the music. Like, he played some shit here and there, but he was playing some deep cuts that, like, unless you were like around while this shit was going on, and when we say this shit was going on, like, I'm not going to go the whole history, but there's some really beef.
Like 05, 06.
That goes back, like you said, 15 years, where somebody's life was lost because they were trying to rob Gucci Man, and they've had real serious beef. So if you want to really know the whole history, you can go on YouTube. I'm sure there's plenty of deep dives about this, because this was like a huge thing back when we were in high school. It was either Jeezy, you were either with Jeezy or you with Gucci, and like there was like a real divide, and we weren't even in Atlanta, and we can feel it all the way out where we were. So
yeah, I wasn't in Atlanta, but whoa, the energy was real. You had to pick sides.
So the fact that they like got back on stage together and like were playing music was fucking insane to me. Like, I never expected it to get there. And the only way I thought they could ever get there was if Jeezy like kind of took the charge where like I'm not gonna like react to everything because Gucci is gonna be Gucci no matter what. Like I didn't think he was gonna be in there and be all buddy buddy, and he wasn't. Now I did not expect him to go as hard as he did, especially after he played the truth.
Blatant disrespect. Have you ever seen fam? Straight to my face, blatant disrespect. Gucci came out with round one, Gucci Man versus Jeezy in round one. That's amazing. First of all, that's the energy we were talking about when I'm saying it's a battle.
The energy was crazy, and those through the phone. The energy was fucking crazy. Like
this is why we're here. Niggas know we used to beef. Gucci, like what? Like that talks about the dead homie off rip. Like
he talks about smoking his friend,
and he keeps ad-libbing it like to him, like talking about like smoke pokey, like whatever.
My face, like my jaw dropped when he like kept going. I was like, oh shit, like what's gonna happen? Like
for real,
this could go bad. This could go south real quick because the energy he was putting off was like, I'm with whatever right now, you know. And
yeah, I was like, are they gonna turn the camera off? Like.
Ooh, shit was crazy, bro. Like I was like, and he played the whole song. Like, you know, verses, you know, he played like a snippet. He played the whole song, bro. Like he was
a verse and half the hook, like or something, you know, like nah, let it run.
Like, yo, this is oof. Ooh.
Both verses. Yeah, he played all of verse 2 and finished the song. I was like, what? Bro. That's nuts. Bro. Like nobody was gonna say shit to him. Like, hey, that's time, you know?
Bro. But
he was getting that shit off.
Jeezy had the best comeback after that one. Like, Get Your Mind Right I don't know if he had it planned. Like, I don't think he knew a track list. Like, I don't think Gucci even had a track list.
He was talking to him the whole time with the tracks, though. Jeezy was like big brother in him, like with the verses. Like, it was kind of nasty.
I feel like he kind of knew, like, all right, if he does this song, which he alluded to, they talked to already, like, I'm gonna have to play my song. Like, he was hoping he didn't play it, but he, you know, it's Gucci, so he played it, and he added the extra sauce on there. But then I'm sure he was like, when he plays the song, cue up, you know, Get Your Mind Right, because that drop afterwards was fucking insane, bro.
For real. Yeah, no, there was a few times when Jeezy completely shut down Gucci's energy.
That like energy, like got up completely, bro.
Bro, Gucci was getting real hype when he played his Drake track.
Yeah,
he was like, "Oh yeah," you know, and then Jeezy hits him and with his Hove track, but doesn't even play Hove's verse. He doesn't even play any of Hove, so we never even heard Hove, and he still killed his Drake track. I was like, this is nuts.
Then Gucci played something crazy, and then I think he played that Shawty Low song, which I forgot about, bro. Like, and I was like, oh, I'm like, all right, this is what I expected, bro. And like this shit, they was literally going back and forth, like. But that Get Your Mind Right drop was like straight out of a movie, bro. Like, like one thing for sure, two things about it, three things. I'm the man. I was like, bro, got hyped as fuck when he dropped that shit. Like that song automatically off rip gets you like hyped. But the fact that he dropped it right after that shit and was like, you know, had the whole speech and all that, like it was like, all right. You the man, bro. I was like, you can't hear like Gucci had to shake his head, bro. Like, you the man for that shit. Like, I was like, bro, the fact that, you know, he was man enough to like, you know, kind of not accept what was happening, but know that this is bigger than the shit that had been going back and forth for so long. Yeah. Like, it's just like, man, that was a moment, bro. That was
unscripted, like beauty. Like, it was tight.
Then they played So Icy at the end. It was just like, oh, it was so beautiful, bro. Like,
yeah, that was because like you weren't sure if Gucci was gonna embrace it till he started doing his verse. And you were like, oh shit. It's amazing.
And like, you know, Gucci was like hype. His people behind him was hype when they play. I was like, all right, like this is the 2020 moment we all needed, bro. This is the way to end this shit, bro. Like this shit.
Because in a lot of ways, that song put Gucci on the map in a lot of ways.
Oh, it definitely did.
And he couldn't tour it. So like, think about your first big hit. You can't
First
tour.
big hit, squash like a month later. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
Immediately.
nah, throw that in the gutter. Like, what?
And I knew,
So
and I
riding
knew,
on that energy too. Just that, like, music business part is even alone kind of like nuts. So then, like, to add the homie and like you know, almost dying and shit, like that's a lot.
yeah, no, there's a lot. There's a lot of deep history there, and deeper than we probably even know because I'm sure there's a lot of behind the scenes shit that was happening over the years. But that was an amazing fucking moment, and
That one and Bounty Killer, those two were my favorite verses. The most energetic.
like there's real like it's real. Like you know what I'm saying, it wasn't just friends. Like I like the DMX Snoop one, but it was just like, oh, I'm a fan of you, I'm a fan of you. Play a song. Like it was just cool to listen to. But
there was a lot of love in the room.
Yeah, but it wasn't like, you know, that energy wasn't the same. Like this shit was on.
I mean, that one felt like the Kirk Franklin and what's his name one? I forgot his name. Apology.
So I didn't watch the verses.
That battle was dope too. But nah, this Gucci one, that was transcendent.
Is there anyone that could possibly top this? Any matchup?
I mean, there are. It's just like, can we actually see them happen?
Like what?
I mean, there's been talks, but like, would 50 go against Ja?
No, he already squashed. He said never. 50's not like Jeezy, bro. that's a forever.
What about 50 in game? 50 said he'd do game.
I think he'll do that.
Yeah.
But that energy, again, I don't think is quite the same.
Not quite that bad blood. Yeah, you're right.
Because it ended.
I don't think anybody really has beef like that.
And they're not on the same coast. Like, they're not from the same city. Like, they not around, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just different.
Yeah.
I'll say Jay-Z, Nas, but, like, they're cool now. Like, they squashed it a while ago, so it's not like.
Oh, no, it'd be funny? Bone Thugs versus the Migos.
Nah. I think this is as good as versus is ever gonna get. Like, this is the peak, bro. Like, this is the peak. And I think
like that was the most perfect matchup. Like,
and the fact that they actually got it to happen is fucking unbelievable.
Yeah, for real.
I'm sure they had to pay him a good amount too. Like on top of that, you know.
Oh yeah, Gucci wasn't gonna be there without a bag.
So I mean, we're definitely gonna talk about this topic again later too. Like the best moments in hip hop. I think for me, this definitely ranks up there with some of them.
Oh yeah, this is an all time moment, not just of the year.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, ever in hip hop, like crazy.
Yeah,
crazy.
It's crazy.
All right, fresh off of the Tyson Jones fight last night. Don't know if you've seen it. I caught the highlights. I actually didn't watch it while it was happening live, but I definitely caught the highlights.
Yeah, I caught the highlights as well. I wanted to watch it, but I got too tired because it started after midnight over here. Yeah. So it was like 1:30 or something.
It was better than I expected. Much better, I think, than everybody expected.
Way better.
I thought it was about to be two old geriatric dudes throwing some limp punches at each other, getting you know, like, but no, like Tyson still got that fire, and like Roy definitely looked worse than I thought he would, considering he stepped away from fighting for that long.
Yeah,
but Tyson was like surprising, shocking how like good he looked still. Oh
yeah, for sure. Yeah, one thing though, even though Roy did look like, you know, the most rusty, he still looked better than a lot of heavyweights do. Yeah, no. Like, you know, like even a lot of heavyweights right now look way worse than that. So that was like what was crazy. I feel like Mike could go in and like knock a couple of these like just regulars out easy.
There's not that many good heavyweights nowadays anyways, but so maybe. But I also want to say that I don't want to see these old dudes fight no younger dude like either. Like
Evander's coming back. I heard Evander's coming back.
Evander and Mike again?
Nah, Evander Holyfield said he wants to fight.
Nah, he must need some money because that's not something we need to see, bro.
Like not this. Like he wants to go out in the ring.
That shit turns out, bro. Like it not. Do two old dudes fighting each other? Like, all right, like I'm all right with that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all about the same speed now, you know, like it's
right,
different. A young dude, like, no, ask Roy what happened the last time you fought a young dude. No name young dude. It's not pretty, bro. Like, I don't want to see that. I do not want to see that.
For real.
But it was actually a dope card and like enough to like actually get me interested to watch Tyson fight again or somebody like a legend. Like he called Legends like event.
Legends. Like this is like a video game matchup, basically. You know,
it really just made me wish we could see them if we got that fight in their prime.
Oh, like, for real. When Fight Night was out, when it was like back in the day. Yeah. Roy Jones was on the cover.
Got Roy in his prime versus, you know, Tyson like in his prime or near his prime. That shit would have been
extraordinary. Yeah. That would have been the biggest, like, you know,
it probably would have been
Conor McGregor more like kind of thing or whatever, you know.
Insane.
But better.
There's another fight on that card that did not make NBA players look very good, man. Nate Robinson, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Why are you in the ring?
Hey, I'll be honest. I thought that's what was going to happen to Roy Jones when he walked in with Mike. I thought Roy was going to look like Nate for a second.
Roy still is a professional fighter. Like he's won titles in multiple classes. Like he is a champion. Like he's a Hall of Famer. Yeah. Nate has no business stepping into a professional ring without any headgear or anything and actually boxing on live stream. That's embarrassing, bro.
I was a little worried for him, man.
He was out there just flailing, bro. The way he got knocked out, he ran out there with both arms out and like literally just ate a punch, bro. Like,
yeah.
Boy was out there doing the Homer Simpson windmill. Like yo, what's going on?
Damn, they was trying to hype him up. Nate Robinson said he's been training boxing every day for like 6 months straight. And
boxing are two different things. Like, I'm sorry, bro. Training to stay in shape is different than actually boxing. Like,
especially in COVID. I was like, how many real sparring matches have you even had?
Probably like a handful. Like,
for real.
Like
and
real,
probably with the homies.
Like handful, bro.
With the homies too, huh? Like not even like somebody trying to go at him.
Shit was, bro, it wasn't just a knockout. It was the way he fell too. Like he laid out on the floor.
Oh, he felt like he gave up. Like he felt like he knew he was about to get knocked out and said, okay, bro, I'll just lay down.
Face first, like head first, like was down for
arms down, just
minutes. That shit hurt my heart, bro. Nate, like, bro, you killed, like, people don't gonna remember you as this now. Like, you don't understand, like, we remember you dunking over people, being a dog on the court.
Oh my God.
You're gonna remember you for this, bro. Like, what are you doing? Who advised you? Like, there's no way you need the money for this, bro.
Now that you say that, though, it's so true because I just saw like a meme. One of my favorite memes I just saw. It was literally like Nate Robinson in the dunk contest, you know, doing the lob. As soon as he, like, right when he dunks the ball, he gets knocked out.
It's over, bro. Oh, God. I don't think he understands. He does not understand. This is the internet age, bro. It's over. Like, you're a meme forever. Like, why? You made so much money playing basketball, so many basketball highlights. Why would you do this, bro? That's like MJ after you finish basketball going into a boxing ring getting knocked the fuck out. You would never look at him the same.
He should have never did that.
And against not like he got knocked out against a professional fighter. He got knocked out against a YouTuber, bro.
Yeah. I don't know. There's not too much redemption for that except knocking somebody else out.
There is none, bro. I don't know how you coming back.
You gotta get another fight. Rematch. Yeah. Oh,
I will never watch Nate step into another ring again. Never.
Oh man, somebody get that boy some help.
He needs some milk. I heard that meme right away.
I got knocked the fuck out.
That shit was bad. All right, let's get into our main topic, Grammys. Grammys 2021. They just announced the nominations. What was your initial reactions?
Oh, man. Well, there's never too many like crazy big expectations for the Grammys. You just hope that they kind of like,
Yes,
have
get the
listened
big
to
things
all the
right.
albums.
Get the main things right,
Yeah, like at least their big 4 or 5 categories. Try, I'm not sure if they really tried this year. It seemed like they tried some things, and then it all collected together into a list of nominees. So I think that's what we have is a few things they tried without a real focus. But there's some telling moments that we're definitely going to talk about. Certain nominees that stand out that I think
the entire rap category.
Yeah, the entire. Whoa.
We'll get to that, but yeah, they're definitely trying.
R&B album of the year.
Like there's some things that made it this year that I thought like, what? Wait, what? Like, wait, like how?
Yeah.
Like, who?
It seemed like the only category.
Like, is there some like criteria or something? Like, what are we going by? Like, what? Like,
connections. It's got to be behind the closed doors. It's got to be back door.
Like, shit, I really want to know who's like behind these, like, because I need to see the makeup of the group and like what they were told before they were given this decision to make, like, because some of the shit just didn't make sense.
Like, no sense, but it's okay. It's all right. They, it's not all right. Honestly, like even the pop category, like I don't know what y'all are doing. How do you mess up pop? You're the Grammys. Like I don't.
It's supposed to be your category, like that's
what y'all do. Like,
so I mean, reactions around the globe and from like the musicians themselves has been very mixed, skewing heavily negative. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Well, for one, Justin Bieber's complaining because he thinks he put out an R&B album.
Which he should have never opened his mouth. He shouldn't be.
People like, man, shut the like, bro, shut up.
Like he shouldn't be trying to get people to look at that album again because they'll definitely second guess why they should be voting.
Why is any song or anything on here? Like that was my question.
Like, yummy, bro. Justin Bieber stole so many spots. He stole. Oh my god.
Yummy is horrible. Like, how is that in the nominations?
Worst pop song. That's his worst song.
And he acts like he put out R&B. Like, sure, you had some R&B chords and progressions, but bro, you're a pop artist. Shut up. Like, I'm sorry. Like,
damn,
it's different. It's different. People like, oh, it's like when Tyler. We'll get to him. But people are like, oh, this is like Tyler. Like when, like, there's nothing like when Tyler, because Tyler completely changed everything he did and did completely something new. Whereas Justin like changed some production and expected to be an R&B. Like, bro.
Yeah, sorry, buddy.
Be happy with Yummy. Be happy Yummy got there because it's baffling to me that song is in there.
Oh, for real. Especially him. He's fucking crying about telling his fans how to stream his shit.
Yes. So on top of that, yes.
Yo. If so, that's why he's on the list because his fans followed his instructions. Is that what we doing?
Because his name at this point. Because if his name wasn't Justin Bieber and he put out that before he was Justin Bieber, like that, please. But again, yes, you're right. The Weeknd was by far the biggest snub out of everything.
History, Grammys history, like
everything on this list. I mean.
0 nominations for
Not
Abel.
A single nomination. Blinding Lights, for one, is one of the biggest songs of the entire year.
No, it's the biggest song.
The fact that didn't get a single nomination in any category is fucking crazy. And After Hours, which isn't my favorite Weeknd album, but is easily one of the best pop albums to come out this year. Like by
far. Easily top 3. And 3 or 4 of those songs could be interchangeable in like best pop vocal or any of those categories. Like even R&B, it could have been in because they added an R&B category. Like you could have put, Like one song, like not like yo.
One, not a single nomination. And it's not like he's a small, like, if he was some new artist, okay, maybe I can understand, but like, they normally don't do that to like well established industry acts. You know what I'm saying? Like to see, like something had to happen because that doesn't normally happen to like well established acts like that.
This feels specifically on purpose.
It sounds like it feels like.
It feels like it feels like directly retaliation. It feels like retaliation.
I mean, look, I like Dua Lipa, however you say her name, Dua Lipa, I think.
Yeah, Dua Lipa.
The fact that Future Nostalgia got a nomination for Best Album, but After Hours didn't, when they both kind of played in that like retro futuristic sound, but he did it a million times better, is like, what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing, bro?
Real. I was like,
Don't Stop Now is a big song, but Blinding Lights smashes that, even based on how big it was. Like, what are we talking about?
On the charts above her song the entire time her song's on the charts. Like, what are we saying? Like
that, that's just one. Like, no, that was a big one. I mean, since we talked about like biggest snubs, like you said, you think this is the biggest snub ever?
One of them. I mean, that's just nuts. His song, he broke a record. How do you break a record with a song and not get a nom? Like for 10, like charting top 10 records, he broke a record.
I'll agree with you. I'll say, this is probably the biggest snub ever, simply for the fact that he got 0 nominations. Like, I can't think of a time when somebody deserving got 0 nominations. Like, you might have got nominated and lost.
Category, but like he didn't even get looked at. Like they didn't.
Yeah, in his category, he didn't even get a nom. Like,
yeah.
So I'll say it's probably the biggest snub overall for an artist because, like I said, there's been artists who got noms and lost when they clearly should have won. But I can't think of a time when artists got 0 nominations when they should have got at least 1.
Yeah. Like they're mad at Ariana Grande, but she snuck in there.
That's crazy too.
Lady Gaga.
That's crazy. That's crazy, bro.
I'm just saying, she openly shitted on them last year, and she snuck in there.
With the very forgettable project, both of them.
That's all I'm saying. But yeah, that was a big snub. There were some other snubs, but that one, I mean...
That's a standout for sure.
That was a standout. I mean, one of the... Are we going to keep talking about snubs? Because for me, R&B, I don't understand how Summer Walker is not in any category at all either. Yep. Like, to me, that was as shocking as The Weeknd not being nominated. Was that Summer Walker has no nominations.
Her biggest year ever. Yeah.
I don't understand what is R&B if Summer Walker was not.
First of all, I don't understand what is R&B to them. Like,
facts. Yeah, what is R&B?
Because if you look at the list, like, I just don't like. I mean, R&B is not the first thing that pops in my head reading some of these, you know.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I don't know how Summer Walker doesn't.
I thought they had like R&B folk or some other stuff where
like progressive R&B, which she didn't even make into that. So
right, and that's why that category doesn't make sense because they just made it. So if you made it and then you have people that are in the other category nominated already, why'd you even make the new category? There should be people not in this category in this other one.
Like, no, they're separate. Progressive and R&B, they're separate artists. But the fact that she couldn't make either one is kind of not.
Well, I mean, like best progressive R&B, like Chloe and Halle. I don't know if that should be necessarily in there. That's more pop. Or just regular R&B. Like, I don't know what these progressive means. Like
Thundercat. Is he R&B?
Who?
Thundercat.
No.
I wouldn't consider him R&B.
That's like alternative.
That's what I'm saying.
And then like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, Summer was a big one for sure. Like, obviously not as big as The Weeknd because The Weeknd is fucking massive, but Summer was a big one too. Like that was pretty. Yeah, that was a big omission.
Like,
Some for me, like Summer, Weekend, Lil Baby, Roddy Rich, like those are big ones.
yeah, those are the ones that stand out to me.
For sure.
I mean, but then based on the nominations, it was like, oh, I could have thrown in so many other people to like replace certain people, you know, like Run the Jewels. Why didn't they get nominated? If we're gonna do Smoke, why aren't we doing Run the Jewels? Like,
you know what's crazy about the Run the Jewels one? Because remember that one was Run the Jewels 3, the album I absolutely loved and I thought was gonna get a look that didn't.
Yeah.
Anything. Is that they have like they picked all these underground artists. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
they literally tried to go underground for this whole rap album section, and like I can't like them or anybody from Griselda. Like the fact that none of them get looks, and we're doing the underground thing, like
Griselda had the biggest year underground probably
by far, not even close. If we're talking underground, you can't talk about underground hip hop right now without mentioning Griselda. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, they're connected to everybody. They're on everybody's project.
Everybody's project. They want them on everybody's project.
Like, that's what's crazy. Griselda is nasty. They should, like, one of them should be artist of, like, best new artist or some shit. You know, like Benny's best new artist right now.
Yeah. I'm sorry. That first of all, Westside dropped 2 crazy projects.
Oh yeah.
Conway got one. Benny got one. Like, what do we do, bro? And D Smoke. Like, look. I understand D Smoke. It's a cool project. Like, it's not a bad project. I'm not gonna shit on it, but it is so just forgettable. Quite honestly, like it's like, all right, that was cool.
It sounds like Kendrick Lamar placeholder.
There's definitely a similar type of.
He's got Kendrick's flow with J. Cole's sort of approach to music, and then like he's bilingual, so we got the Spanish side. I get it. It's all.
Are you calling him an industry plant right now? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, he did get the industry plant rollout. This kind of feels like Netflix money.
He definitely got that Netflix push for sure. Like,
I mean, look at this though. If we think about it. Think about syncs in the music industry. Wouldn't Netflix, a streaming platform that creates original content, want to have a good relationship with like the music industry? I feel like this is them having them look at like shit they're doing a little bit more. Like yo, let's build a relationship. Like, I think this is a little bit of Netflix influence.
Hey, let me put this into perspective. D Smoke got his debut project on there. But Kendrick couldn't get Section 80 on there when he put his out.
Facts.
Now let's put those 2 albums side by side and let's see which one is better.
Wait,
like, which one's more deserving?
And his brother is signed to Kendrick Lamar's label, TDE, and put out a dope R&B project. Never got nominated.
All right, so DeReese is saying D Smoke is an industry plant, and that's the only reason he got there.
I mean, he is, but he deserves it. But it's not. He's not a bad industry plant. He's just a plant.
He does not deserve this nomination. I'm sorry. Like, it's not a bad project, but it is not. It didn't meet any criteria. It's not being talked about. It wasn't talked about when it came out. It didn't chart anywhere. Like, what are we talking about here? Yeah, it didn't change anything. Like, for me,
again, I was like, this is a dope album. I like this. But I was like,
I mean, look,
better than my tops. Like, I put Earth Gang in there, honestly. I think their last album was pretty dope. Compared to D Smoke's album, I like that album.
Yeah, when you put the bar that low, I mean, let's just throw everything in there.
That's what I'm saying. That's why their name even came up. I was like, if we're gonna put D Smoke, all right, we got Earth Gang.
Bitch, put out some shit. I think you put out some shit. Hey, come here. Like, you get a spot. You know what I'm saying? Like,
bro. You get a spot. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, the bar's low right now, bro. Like, that bar for that is fucking low. Like, I'm sorry. Like, Freddie absolutely deserved it. Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
He put out 2 projects. Even though for me, look, the Alchemist project is dope. I love Al. We've talked about this, but that Madlib project is miles better than this last one.
Bandana.
Yes.
Oh yeah, no Bandana. I love that. Honestly, that one's like.
And they got no looks.
Exactly. No nods, no looks, no nothing.
So I mean, by far the rap category has always been the worst category of.
But I mean, Alfredo is probably the best rapping.
Yes. Well, people have been complaining for so long that they never give love to actual rappers.
Yeah.
You know, but I think that they overcorrected so much that they didn't give love to actual good projects. You know, like how did Roddy Ricch not get a look?
He got an awkward look.
Yeah. He got the song.
Honestly.
He got the box and Rockstar. Great. How's he not in the best new artist category?
Facts. Yeah, it makes no sense.
Him
or Little Baby. Or, yeah.
Like, so what are we talking about? Like, they overcorrected so much, like trying to please, people and fans that they.
No, Noah Cyrus is in the best new artist category. That's a blunder. Noah Cyrus has been in the game since Hannah Montana.
I mean, let's be real. Best new artist category has never been about when did you come out, because there have been a lot of motherfucking artists that have got best new artist noms that have been in the game 20 years deep. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not sure that shit. Like,
I don't know what that's about.
But let's be real. K Tronada is dope as fuck, but he's not new. He's been out for a minute, bro. Like he's been out for a while. I remember on Adult Swim a while ago. Like he might have had his debut album like, last year or the year before or whatever, but he's been out for a minute. Like them names been ringing for a minute, bro. Like I'm tired of this. Oh, this is a mixtape type shit. Like, bro, I'm sorry, that shit counts. Like, Right. I mean, so like the rap category for sure for me was like the most surprising category outside of like best outside of album of the year.
I was just shocked there was like lyricists on it.
Oh yeah, I was like,
well, because I wanted Royce. I thought that the Book of Ryan should have been nominated for best rap album.
Bro, they're picking everybody's wrong project. This is my whole point. Like, you missed it. You can't make up for it now. You missed it. You know what I'm saying?
One before this, and y'all weren't there. Like,
like Freddie, you missed Freddie's best album, bro. You missed it. Like you missed it. It was last year. Yeah. So, like, yeah, somebody definitely got in their ear.
Oh, like this last year, so this is literally that though. It's almost like last year. This is what it was.
I mean, honestly, the only one I don't like have any kind of qualms about is Nas's album making it. Like,
I mean, Hit Boy did that, so.
Huh?
Hit Boy killed that. Look, we're gonna talk about that category, but for me, it's between that and Alfredo.
Yeah, I like Electronica's album a lot more than I think the mainstream or underground hip hop fans would say.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't put it in there.
Yeah, no. Why didn't he get best new artist?
Bro, if he would get best new artist, it's over. Like, like definitely, bro. He dead ass debuted in 2004 with Exhibit C. Like, I'm not sure I hear this shit, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
And it's not even a debut album. His debut album got snuck out, got leaked. The like right after this one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it got leaked, so he kind of just put it out.
Yeah, unfinished and everything.
Yeah, all unfinished. And it was crazy because some of that stuff should have been on he should have just cleaned some of it up.
I'm done with him. I don't want to hear him in any top rapper, top anything in any category for rap anymore. Like,
yeah, no, I haven't heard anything that makes me put him in the top 10 or anything.
No consistency.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, there were a lot of surprises and snubs, and these were kind of ours. I'm sure we missed a lot, but you guys let us know in the comments down below what do you think were some of the biggest surprises and snubs from this year's like noms, and what you expect to see, and when were you surprised to actually see made it? I'm sure there's an endless list because we could go on about that forever. But let's just get right to our predictions. I don't know if we got into these last year or not.
I'm not sure. I feel like we did, or I don't know.
We definitely either missed that or the Oscars, one of them.
Yeah, but
so yeah, let's just.
I'm gonna just go one by one as we go through.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna read them. I got a list.
I got pen and paper ready so I can write down my picks.
All right. Initially, obviously, album of the year. We're gonna talk about that right out the back. Jhené Aiko, Chilombo, Black Pumas, self-titled Black Pumas, Coldplay, Everyday Life, Jacob Collier, De Jesse, something like that. Volume 3.
Jesse like Django.
Maybe Jesse Volume 3, maybe. And Haim, Women in Music Part 3, Dua Lipa, Future Nostalgia, Post Malone, Hollywood's Bleeding, and Taylor Swift, Folklore. I mean, first of all, what the fuck? Like, what's this category? Like, what are we doing here?
The albums of the year, like of this year, this past year.
Coldplay made it? Really? Coldplay.
Coldplay the fuck out of here. Yo, this ain't even Coldplay's top 5 shits ever. Like, what are we talking about?
This is just the album that was not as terrible as their last 2 albums. Like, this was that. Like, what are we doing, bro? Like,
they're like, oh, it actually sounds all right this time. Let's give them a Grammy. Like,
God damn, bro. Like, don't get me wrong, that song Orphans is absolutely fire, but the whole album, what?
Come on. Album of the year? And
I already talked about Dua Lipa. Like, should not be there.
I mean, but we already know why Dua Lipa's there. That's their pop sweetheart.
That's the next push, yeah. You know,
she's the Britney Spears of today. Like, she's the one
cool,
they're gonna.
But that album is not in the album of your category contender. And Black Pumas, like, look, I like the album a lot. Black Pumas, I like the album.
How did they get in the album of the year though? Like,
that's my question. Exactly. Who's their PR firm? God,
don't get me wrong. Don't take that as a slight. Black Puma's album is wavy. Like, I will listen to that. Like, that is
some like retro soul like type shit, like fire. But album of the year, different level. I'm sorry. Jhené Aiko, Chilombo, really?
How? Okay.
Really?
So this is another case of what are they thinking?
Really?
Like, I've been a Jhené fan, but Chilombo,
I
don't even like that album.
Exactly.
I was mad at half the album. Half the album I don't spend. Like, none of it.
The album like 2 spins, and I was like, nah, I'm cool.
Yeah. I was like, oh, this is like your I'm Getting Happier Now album. Cool. Like,
this felt like you've been here for so long and we've never given you, attention, even though you're beloved by your fans here. Right. That's what it felt like.
Yeah, it felt like I keep hearing her name, but it's like everyone respects her, but yeah, we might as well just give her a nod. Just give her a nod.
And she's mixed minority.
For real. That's what I'm saying. It was like, yo, we gotta give it to her.
Gotta give it to her.
She's been in the game for like 15 years and she looks exactly the same. That's so funny too.
Post Malone, Taylor Swift, I'm not surprised by it at all.
I think it's between them two.
No. I'm going to say right at the back. I won't be surprised if they win, but I'm just telling you right at the back, the best 2 albums out of this list by far are Haim's Women in Music Part 3 and Jacob Collier, Jesse Volume 3. Like, not even close.
But do you think they're going to win? Do you think the Grammys are picking good? Like, I think so. This is what I was talking about when I said certain picks telling me a lot.
If they were honest and genuine, Jacob Collier or Haim would win this category.
Oh, by far. Musically, you can't even argue. Like, sound
album is fire. Like, that
album
fire. And that Jacob Collier album, fucking mind blowing. I'm sorry, like, they're doing shit that nobody else around them is doing right now.
Oh yeah, no, facts. 1,000%. That should be rewarded for the effort, to be honest.
That should be the only criteria. Like,
but at the same time,
nobody talks about the albums, so I'm just gonna throw them out right there because nobody talks about them.
Or whatever that chick was, that random album last year won album of the year.
Who won last year?
Wasn't that country chick? Wasn't that?
Oh yeah.
Remember, she won both country album and album of the year. Yep.
Was it Musgrave? Yeah. Musgrave, something like that?
Yeah, her. That's right. So, okay, if that could happen, see, now I'm thinking about it a little different. I'm like, oh, okay, if they picked her, would they pick Jesse? Would they pick Jacob Collier?
Nobody knows him. That's the thing. Like,
that's why I'm saying, like, would that, like, nobody knows who he is. but he's the most talented dude probably on the whole roster.
Oh, not probably.
I mean,
doing shit in his music. He's combining chords and like progressions and like instruments that I don't know how they work together. Like, but they work so well together.
And it's him. Like, that's what fucked me up. Because I was thinking, like, he wasn't just, I didn't know he was doing all of it. Like, you know, like, I thought it was like his idea, you know how some producers be.
All I Need is one of the best songs to come out this year.
I mean,
it's so good.
Yeah, no, that's true. I feel you.
I mean,
album of the year. See, but like,
I'm gonna go safe route, and I'm gonna say Post Malone.
That's safe.
You think Taylor?
I think Taylor's safe. I'm gonna go Taylor. You picking? We're both picking the safest of routes. All right, Dario.
I hope I'm wrong, but I
hope I'm wrong.
They're gonna go
Yo, if Haim, I would rather Haim win over Taylor. But
Haim is a good bro. Everybody listen to me right now. Go listen to Women Music Part 3. Not enough people were talking about that album, but it is fucking good.
Like really good, actually.
Like shockingly. Like I've always been a fan of them, but they like leveled up even. They definitely leveled up with this project. So I'm gonna still say Post because it's the Grammys. So, and he does have like Circles and Goodbye and like all the classic, Grammy traps. Even though I think it is a bloated project, it could be about 5 songs shorter.
I'm going with the fact that they gave Taylor Swift a bunch of random bullshit nominations. So
I never even listened to the project, so I can't even tell you stuff.
You didn't? Yo, well, it's not her regular old pop stuff. She actually got down and did some songwriting a little bit. So it's, it could actually win.
Okay, we'll find out. Record of the year, we have Beyonce, Black Parade, Black Pumas, Colors, The Baby, Rockstar, Doja Cat, Say So, Billie Eilish, Everything I Wanted, Dua Lipa, Don't Start Now, Post Malone, Circles, and Megan Thee Stallion, Savage.
Alrighty then.
This one was a weird one too.
Why? I don't know how Black Puma's guy got notoriety like this. Is what I'm trying to figure out. Like, how did they? Or first of all, Doja Cat. No, I understand the hype and why it maybe slid in here, but no, thank you. Don't Start Now. Okay, I'm gonna just pick who I think. I think it has to go to Savage. But there is the Billie Eilish factor.
That's what I was gonna say.
The Billie Eilish factor is where it's like, I don't know. But Savage is the better of the songs, I think, in terms of impact this year. And just, I don't think, that's not even one of my favorite Billie Eilish songs. So,
it's not. You don't think Dua Lipa could sneak in and get this one?
I don't know. I just don't. It's just not a good song. It's just not that great. Like we already went over this with The Weeknd. Like The Weeknd's not even in here.
Blinding Lights should by far. I don't know. Blinding Lights is not in here.
Like The Weeknd would win this for me probably, but he's not here. So,
well, I already had Post for album of the year. I don't think that would give them both. I'm gonna go Dua.
Okay.
You might not like it, but I think enough people do.
No, she's
kind of on that trajectory right now. Like trying to crown her.
Yeah, no, you're right. I'm gonna just I have to pick Savage. I just think with her year and like the Beyonce feature, it's just kind of like, I don't know.
All right, song of the year: Black Parade, The Box, Cardigan, Don't Start Now, Everything I Wanted, and I Can't Breathe, and If the World Was Ending.
All right. Well, interesting list. First of all, after breezing through Taylor Swift's album, Cardigan's not the song that should be in the list. So that's a no. Circles I don't even like, but it's Post Malone.
It's peak Post. I'd pick Post.
And then it's the Billie Eilish song again. That's just, I don't know, man. Her song is Impact. It's like a moment, but I don't see the Grammys being like, that's more of a statement piece if they pick that. And if the world was ending, I'm gonna just go ahead and say no. Give it to the box.
Box, huh?
Give it to the box, man. I mean, Black Parade is Black Parade, but give it to the box.
Okay. Best New Artist: Ingrid Andress, Phoebe Bridgers, Chica, Noah Cyrus, D Smoke, Doja Cat, K Tronada, and Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh wait, who was your pick? I forgot.
Post Circles.
Oh, you picked. Okay. Cool.
Best New Artist. I don't like this list, but who I want to win is K Tronada. Who I think is gonna win. Either Doja Cat or Phoebe Bridgers. Yeah. I'm gonna say Doja.
Oh, you picked the only one I really didn't want to win. No, I'm just like, I do not want Doja Cat to win that.
But all right. I think she is going to.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. All right.
Because she had a whole project that was well received and single that was a big hit. So.
Yeah, but that Phoebe Bridgers, they're really trying to like.
No, they definitely try to push her too. That's why I said for me it's either Doja or Phoebe, and like I don't know.
I mean, I kind of feel like they should give that to Megan though. But the music isn't there. It's just these singles.
Exactly.
Whereas Phoebe
has a whole project.
I'm gonna pick Phoebe. I'm gonna go the other side and pick Phoebe. But I wouldn't be mad at Megan. I could see her winning too. I just don't know about that Doja though.
I'm kind of between. Like I want to switch, but I don't know if I should. Either Doja or Phoebe. Because Phoebe does have the project nominated too.
That's what I'm saying. They're already looking at. They listen to her album more than once. That's why I picked her. I was like, all right.
I'm switching.
Nah, you can't do it. You coming over here now? All right.
I already had that out first, but it was Doja or Phoebe. Like I wasn't sure, but then I started thinking she does have a whole album nominated, a whole album. So that means something.
No, that's big. As a new artist, and your album is nominated.
R&B best R&B performance: "Lightning and Thunder" by Jhené Aiko, "Black Parade" Beyonce, Jacob Collier, "All I Need," which is what I'm talking about, "Goat Head" Brittany Howard, and "See Me" Emily King. I think Brittany Howard's "Goat Head" is fucking phenomenal, and so is Jacob Collier's "All I Need." But I think Beyonce is gonna win this. Your mic is muted.
Oh, sorry. What category?
Best R&B performance.
Oh, R&B performance. All right, and then who was your pick?
Beyonce.
And these, like, we don't even know what R&B performance really even means, but
I'm just going off the songs, and I'm gonna say Beyonce. even though I think Jacob Collier and Bjorn's songs are better.
Right.
I think Beyonce's song is bigger.
Yeah, I would have to pick her for this because I don't know how many more of them. She's actually nominated for a lot of stuff,
9.
but yeah, I just don't know if the other ones are as realistic as this one. So we both picked Beyonce.
Best R&B song, Better Than I Imagined by Robert Glasper, Black Parade again by Beyonce, Collide by Tiana and Earth Gang. There you go.
Hey.
Do It with Chloe times Haley, and Slow Down by Skip Marley and Her.
I mean, I know I was fucking with Earth Gang and I brought that up, but I'm gonna have to go with Chloe and Haley.
Okay, and I'm going Beyonce.
Ooh, nice. All right.
Best progressive R&B album. What that means, I don't fucking know. But Jhené Aiko, Chilombo, Chloe Haley, Ungodly Hour, Free Nationals, Robert Glasper, Fuck Your Feelings, and Thundercat, It Is What It Is.
Progressive.
Go on, Jhené.
I just don't understand. No. Well, first of all,
she was just nominated for Best Album. I'm going Jhené. Like, it's simple math for me.
She said it's simple math. All right. I like it. All right. Best progressive. Let me just write that down. Progressive.
She already got the best album of the year nomination. Like, I'm just going to go ahead and give her the win on that one.
All right.
Wouldn't be fucked up if you're nominated for Best Album and then you don't even win in your own category.
I mean, they've done worse before. Yeah.
They've done it before.
Weezy's not nominated, so I can.
Isn't that fucked up?
All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and go with Ungodly Hour.
Yeah. I think you're wrong, but we'll see.
I think you're wrong. I don't see why they're just gonna give her a nod all of a sudden. I just don't understand. Janae's been here for a decade.
I don't know. Somebody got good PR. Best R&B album. I'm going to be honest, I haven't heard a single one of these. Any Clemens, Happy to Be Here, Giveon, Take Time, Luke James, To Feel Love, John Legend, Bigger Love, and Gregory Porter, All Rise.
I've heard John Legend's album and Giveon's album.
I'm going to go Giveon just because I kind of heard the name buzzing a little bit. So
what? That's not a bad choice, though. I like his music. Giveon kind of sound like
he had a massive single.
Yeah. I mean, he's dope. His shit sounds... He's kind of like Sampha, but like a younger, like, smooth R&B, kind of more like a
upbeat song. But that song was massive. I know that.
Yeah, but I like his voice because it reminds me of Sampha a little bit. But that's so weird. Best R&B album. Like, where is Summer Walker? Like, where is The Weeknd? Like, these are where they go right here. Like, I'm gonna have to go with John Legend.
All right, I'm just gonna say this. I just looked it up. Giveon, Like I Want You, has been viewed almost 30 million times.
Nice. Well, good for him.
Best rap performance. Deep Reverence, Big Sean, Bop by The Baby, What's Poppin', Jack Harlow, The Bigger Picture, Lil Baby, Savage, Megan Thee Stallion, and Dior, Pop Smoke. What I think should win is Dior. Or The Bigger Picture. What I think is going to win is Savage.
Yeah, best rap performance. See, that's interesting. I mean, for the same reason I like Dior, I could see them doing it for the Deep Reverence with the Nipsey Post-Thomas feature.
Well, we forgot to mention, but that was also a big snub for me, was Pop Smoke.
As an album, yeah. Yeah, his album's running the streets. Like, I hear his music every day still. Like, I don't
But I was
How do you not have him as best rap album?
big snub for me.
Like, that's confusing.
Like, not best new artist either. Like, come on.
Yeah. Like the biggest records, The Box, Roddy Ricch. You don't want to put the biggest records out. Like, all right, we see y'all Grammys, but yeah, best rap performance. That just sounds weird too. Like, I don't know what that means. The Bigger Picture was an amazing rap performance. Because that was really kind of like the first time seeing Lil Baby step out of some street shit, but like address some real shit.
I know, but then Megan Thee Stallion took over the fucking social media and then when Beyonce hopped on even more.
Yeah, I know, and that kind of run the rest of the year. Yeah, Savage is probably the biggest moment next to Dior. I don't know if they're gonna give Dior. I don't know if they're gonna give Pop Smoke a nod like that. That's what's sad. Like, I would love for
him a nod in any other one, so I don't think that's gonna happen here.
Yeah.
If there was like a Pop Smoke kind of movement where they was like, nominated for a couple things, then maybe.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like they're aware, in the know. I'm gonna have to go with Savage as well.
Come on over. Get you a point. You know what I'm saying?
I got plenty.
Get you a point finally. You know what I'm saying?
About to catch up, brother.
Best melodic rap performance: Rockstar, The Baby, Laugh Now, Cry Later, Drake, Lockdown, Anderson .Paak, Who You Love, The Box, Roddy Ricch, and Highest in the Room, Travis Scott. Who I think?
The Box. I'm picking The Box. Because he got to win. The Box got to win one of these. I'm sorry.
Going Rockstar.
Ooh. I mean, Roddy. Okay.
Roddy can walk away with one eventually.
Okay.
And I think Rockstar is more mainstream. I hear that shit all the time.
Yeah, but The Box, kids just call it the It song. They're like,
yeah. Within our community, I'm talking about.
No, all kids. No, kids know that. The crack.
The voters know The Baby.
Yeah, but they know that song, The Box. When you hear that,
Rockstar.
Yeah. All right.
Go find it. Best rap album: Black Habits by D Smoke, Alfredo by Freddie Gibbs and Alchemist,
Wait.
Testimony by Jay Electronica, King's Disease, Nas, and Allegory Royce the 5'9". I'm gonna go Nas because he deserves one after all these fucking years. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, never got one. And that's why I feel like he's supposed to get it, right? Like, I kind of feel like this is his category.
And if he loses to like D Smoke or, you know what I'm saying, like, or Jay Electronica, I'm like, this whole shit needs to be over with. Like, they should never have rap in there again.
Yeah, Nas the only people he could lose to it would have to be Royce or Alfredo, and Alfredo's the better album. So like Nas could really only lose to Freddie Gibbs.
But I don't think Freddie is big enough.
Yeah, but I think Alchemist, because of
I don't think Alchemist is big enough either.
That's what I'm saying. They've done so much work though. Alchemist is out here pretty much.
We know that. That's very different than do they know that? You know what I'm saying?
Like which Griselda project do you want? The Alchemist version or the Hit Boy version? It's just
probably the Al, because with Griselda, Al has blessed them. He has blessed them.
He's destroyed them. That's what made me rethink that talk we were having about producers. Is when I started to think about what Alchemist did.
Another future topic: most underrated producers of this year.
Yeah, because Alchemist, whoo! But goddamn, King's Disease, especially as an old head and being able to make waves like that.
The legacy play too. Come on.
Yeah, King's Disease has to win. I would just be a little bit upset if Nas didn't win, unless Freddie Gibbs got it. But there is that Jay-Z factor, right? Like, does Jay-Z, because the J-Elect project, I didn't even think about that really. Because Jay-Z's project.
Well, might as well, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's on it so much, I forgot. I'm like, I don't remember who did it. But
that's why I'm knocking it.
All right, so best rap album, we both got Nas, King's Disease.
Best rap song, The Bigger Picture, The Box, Laugh Now, Cry Later, Rockstar, Savage, and that's it. Ooh.
Another kind of weird list.
I actually don't even know who typically wins this category. It's kind of a weird category. Like, it's like you're like judging lyrics, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like what? Like, like how do you even pick this?
I'm gonna go for Bigger Picture because I want Baby to get one.
I mean, that is a really good. I mean, the lyric. Is it about lyrics? What does it say?
Yeah, like because it includes.
A songwriters award. Yeah. Writing. That one's the only one with content.
That's what I'm saying. Like I can't name one verse from Savage or from Rockstar or even The Box.
Yeah, I was just like, I was going over the lyrics in my head. Like, if this is about writing, none of them talk about anything good except
Bigger Picture.
The bigger picture, because he's talking about the bigger picture. Like, damn, I could see that. Honestly, with the fact that he didn't get any album nods, actually, I think Hit Boy did his album too. But yeah, anyways. Best rap song. But why is The Box in this? Like, best rap song. What if they avoid it? I don't know, man. That's tough. I'm gonna just pick Roddy Ricch just so I don't pick the same song. We gotta have a different pick.
All right, so you can lose a point. Best music video: Brown Skin Girl, Beyonce, Life Is Good, Future and Drake, Lockdown, Anderson .Paak, Adore You, Harry Styles, and Goliath Woodkid. I'm just gonna go and say Beyonce. That aesthetic stimulus package she got from her sister, she has been running with it and killing it.
Oh, wait. Oh, that category was not next. Which one did you just say?
Best music video.
Oh, music video. What?
On my list, it is.
Oh, damn.
I'm not using the Grammys one. That one's can be.
All right, whatever. Shit. Just go. Tell me the nominees one more time because I can't find that.
Brown Skin Girl, Beyonce, Life Is Good, Future and Drake, Lockdown, Anderson .Paak, Adore You by Harry Styles, and Goliath by Woodkid.
Oh, see, I didn't even see Woodkid's shit because usually he does really dope music videos.
It's dope. It's not as dope as his older ones, but it's dope. Like it's kind of like a statement on, coal mining kind of, and like us destroying the environment.
Interesting. Well, you kind of can't beat Beyonce visually.
Been killing it visually.
I mean, you know what Kanye said? Beyonce had the greatest music video of all time.
I mean, look, that stimulus package she got from her sister, it's been working very well for her.
Yeah. This is how it goes.
She got her daughter in there. She had Lupita Nyong'o. Yeah, it's definitely vibes. So I'm going Beyonce.
Same. Especially since I haven't seen most of the other videos.
What do I have next? Best solo pop solo performance. Yummy.
Oh boy.
by Justin Bieber, Say So by Doja Cat, Everything I Wanted by Billie Eilish, Don't Start Now, Dua Lipa, Watermelon Sugar, Harry Styles, and Cardigan by Taylor Swift.
All right, I hate this list.
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
Yummy, yum. Oh, it's got to be yummy, yo. It's got to be. Cardigan, like I said, is not even the best song on the album. I don't know why it's nominated so many times. Same with Dua Lipa.
Go Watermelon Sugar.
You know, Harry Styles, actually, his album wasn't nominated, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That's weird.
Yeah, it was. I'm lying.
Okay.
I haven't heard, I mean, I've heard these songs. I don't listen to them like that, but I've heard Watermelon Sugar a lot, so I'm just going to say Watermelon Sugar.
Okay. All right, Dario with the Harry Styles. That's crazy. I'm going to have to go left field because...
Yummy? Okay, I'm going to write you down.
Nah, bro. I'm going to pick Doja Cat. Because you think if Doja Cat can win the category you think she can win, then she could.
She could. Say So's a big song. I'm not going to lie.
That's what I'm saying. So I was like, I hated it, but I could see, I see the appeal. I see it. I just, not for me.
All right, best pop vocal album: Changes by Justin Bieber. How? I don't know. Lady Gaga, Chromatica, Dua Lipa, Future Nostalgia, Harry Styles, Fine Line, and Taylor Swift, Folklore. I'm going Taylor. Going safe route.
Best pop vocal. Okay. Justin Bieber's is trash. Yeah, this is kind of between Taylor and Dua Lipa. But what do you go with? You go with the dance grooves or you go with the songwriting?
I went with the safe industry route, and that is Taylor Swift, always.
Facts. Big facts. And honestly, I think with the controversy, I feel like this is kind of Taylor's year, her comeback year. Like, I feel like she kind of like has a lot of momentum, if that makes sense. Because I feel like she had a lot of hate, and she's trying to get over that hate train a little bit. That was
she got taken back control a little bit for sure.
Yeah. So I feel like her label spent some money to get these noms. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like Folklore, her fan base is nuts. I just think that it, in comparison to Future Nostalgia, and it actually being slightly better than other shit she's done, you'd probably take it. You're probably right too. So I'm surprised you didn't pick Future Nostalgia though.
I thought about it, but I don't think it made enough waves. Like, it was successful, but I don't think it was like groundbreaking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it was just like, oh, this is good. That was it. Now here's where things really get interesting, because these are the hardest categories to pick right now. Best rock performance, because this is the most interesting, and I honestly think this is some of the best songs that have come out this year, and the fact that none of them really got nominated is crazy to me. But best rock performance between Fiona Apple, Shamika, Big Thief, Not, Phoebe Bridgers, Kyoto, Steps by Haim, Stay High, Brittany Howard, and Grace Potter, Daylight.
To be honest, this category is hard.
This was a very hard category for me, because all of these songs
actually got it kind of right.
The only one I would kind of not put in there would be Big Thief, Not, kind of by the numbers, but the rest of these songs, really fucking good. Like, really good.
I don't really know how to gauge this one. Like,
and they're really different from each other. So I don't really know which direction we're looking for. You know what I'm saying?
It's really different. Like, Shamika is so different. Like, Fiona Apple by herself is just so different from Brittany Howard and Haim. I think it's between those three, personally. I think Phoebe could win, but I feel like I'd be doing the disservice if they didn't give it to Haim over Phoebe.
it would definitely be doing a disservice. But I could see it winning just because she is kind of like the up and coming it girl. I think they're trying to push her out a little bit. So, but like you said, those other songs are really fucking good, like really good.
Like
And
Stay High is wow. I love that song. I still love that song.
I do, but I don't know if she can win this category.
And that's what messed me up though, is because I thought about how much I like that song, and then had to think about it not being good enough to win. Especially because Fiona Apple is such an American staple, and this is almost like
She's kind of the artist. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
if they're gonna go like the artist route, I can definitely see her winning. If you're gonna go kind of like the popular route, she wouldn't win in this category.
nah, she wouldn't. But that artist shit she was doing,
saying, like the artistry shit is like, where are we gonna go here? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing? Like,
because that's a performance. What she was doing was because this is like, I don't know.
It's not like, it's hard to describe that song. Like, I really can't. It's just really fucking good.
And kind of inspirational. Like, you're like, all right, but weird.
But Steps is so good too.
Actually, when I heard Steps, that made me be like, all right, they need to win. They need to take home a trophy. Like, Haim deserves. I'm going to have to pick Haim, I think.
And honestly, Daylight is
a group really, of them.
Really
it's
good.
like, how do you beat a group?
Like, Daylight is really, really good. I just think it wasn't nearly popular enough.
Yeah.
So you're going Haim, huh? So I'm going to go artist route then. I'm going to say Fiona sneaks this one.
Oh, wow. We picked, all right. So no Phoebe.
This was the hardest category for me by far. Like, I like too many of these songs equally.
Yeah. And
it makes no Phoebe because these other ones are like kind of legacy acts that haven't necessarily gotten their recognition from the Grammys.
Yeah.
But they've always been known to be like really good. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, that's where it's like tough. Like, it's kind of just like, it'd be nice for you to get it, but I mean, it'd be crazy if Fiona kind of cleaned up. Like, if they went the artist route in the Grammys, Fiona could walk away with a couple.
Easily. Best rock song: Kyoto by Phoebe Bridgers, Lost in Yesterday, Tame Impala, Not Big Thief, Shamika, Fiona Apple, and Stay High, Brittany Howard.
A little weird.
I'm gonna go Kyoto.
Okay.
I'm not sure, but I'm going Kyoto.
All right.
Like my order, I think my order could really be flipped. Like, Phoebe wins best rock performance, and then Fiona wins best rock song. Or either.
Well, I'm trying to like, because I'm like, I might take your Fiona for this one. I'm like, yo, Fiona might have to get this one then, because but then like Brittany Howard, I wanted her to win, but to be honest, yeah, I'm gonna have to give it to Fiona. She's kind of, that's a standout track too.
Yeah. Best rock album: Fontaine's DC.
Oh, actually, a little thing about that, Shamika. Did you hear?
Yeah, Shamika put out a song.
Yeah, that's called Shamika Said.
Yeah,
and it's like featuring Fiona Apple. Yeah. I just thought that was great.
No, it was by far one of the coolest things I've seen musically this year.
Yeah.
That whole whatever. But best rock album: Hero's Death by Fontaine's DC, Kiwanuka by Michael Kiwanuka, Daylight by Grace Potter, Sound and Fury, Sturgill Simpson, and The New Abnormal by The Strokes. Only album I actually heard here was Grace Potter's, and it was really, really good. So I'm just gonna say her, even though I'm not sure if she'll win.
Yeah, I didn't hear everybody's project on this one. I don't know. I mean, it's the Strokes, right? I gotta give it to the Strokes. I didn't hear everybody else's album, so I have no idea.
You should listen to Grace Potter. Her voice is crazy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, Daylight. No, that's right. Did I hear that?
You might have heard the song Daylight.
Yeah, I think I just heard the song. I didn't listen to the whole album. But that song is good.
It's really good.
Okay, so there's an album with that same vibe. Ooh, Over the Strokes? That's tough. I'm going to go with the Strokes still, just because I don't know.
All right, this is another very tough category for me. Best alternative album. Hyperspace Beck, Fetch the Bolt Cutters, Fiona Apple, Punisher, Phoebe Bridgers, Jamie, Brittany Howard, and The Slow Rush, Tame Impala. You know how much I love Tame Impala's Slow Rush album.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Phil beat out Phoebe and Fiona.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. I want to give Phoebe a thing, but I just don't know if I can give it to her over Fiona as a project. I'm gonna have to give it to Fetch the Bolt Cutters because I really think that they're gonna reward her for her effort this time around.
So just gonna ignore Tame, huh?
Yeah.
Ooh. Say Fiona.
Fiona. Who was your pick?
Fiona.
Oh, so you're just gonna copy me, huh?
No, I was headed that way anyways. All right. Last three. Dance Recording, On My Mind by Diplo. My High, Disclosure, Flume, The Difference. Both of Us by Jada G, I think, and 10% by Kaytranada. This was also a very hard one for me because they all slap.
That's Dance Recording? Wait.
Yeah, Best Dance Recording.
Damn. Because you were breaking up a little bit. I couldn't hear all the things. Dance electronic. Okay. Oh.
I went Kaytranada.
I bet you gonna pick Flume, huh?
I went Kaytranada. Even though Flume.
Oh, you went Kaytranada. Oh, you slide W.
That Flume that was like. Do not get me wrong. That's another snub. Toro y Moi didn't get in. Let me just chill.
Oh yeah. 070 Shake either. I thought 070 might get a little.
I knew she wouldn't because nobody talked about her album.
Yeah.
Because Kanye didn't do shit to promote his artist.
But that shit was so good, man. It was like
people didn't even talk about it the next week. That's how I knew it wasn't gonna get out.
Let's see. My High was all right. Both of Us. Nah. That Caliuchis is probably my favorite song on it too. The Kaytranada, I guess. So I'm gonna have to go with that. Honestly, I like her whole vibe on that song. It was just wavy.
All right, just gonna copy me. That's cool.
Yeah.
Best Dance / Electronic Album: Kick One maybe by Arca, Planets Mad by Bauer, Energy, Disclosure, Bubba, Kaytranada, Good Faith, Madeon. I'm going Kaytranada again.
Oh really?
Yeah. I think this is a year to finally break through.
Yeah, but did you hear a couple of these other albums?
I heard Madeon.
Well, Arca and Bauer brought some heat. Yeah, you're gonna have to listen to them shits. I'm gonna tell you right now, you might even fuck with it. It's like, whoa. Well, Arca is kind of experimental, actually. It's almost like you know how FKA Twigs had that Magdalene album, but it was like real experimental a little bit. It's got vibes like that, but like with more EDM focus, like more electronic focus. So it's kind of like really wavy shit.
Well,
And she's
I haven't heard him, so I can't. Got nothing to base it off of. So, but I did hear Ketronada.
All right. I'm gonna have to go with
he's buzzing heavily.
That's true. I think I'm gonna have to go with Planets Mad.
Who's that, Bauer?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Last one is comedy.
Oh.
Let me see if I can find it. All right. Black Mitzvah by Tiffany Haddish, which the title alone isn't funny. I Love Everything, Patton Oswalt, The Pale Torch, Jim Gaffigan, Paper Tiger, Bill Burr, and 23 Hours to Kill, Jerry Seinfeld. I'm going to say Paper Tiger.
Interesting. That's a good pick. I'm gonna just go with Seinfeld because it's Seinfeld.
Even if it's not funny? I got you.
I don't think they care at this point. I mean,
nobody was talking about it, but people were talking about Paper Tiger.
That's true. I mean, Black Mitzvah people were talking about.
I just don't think she's funny, so I'm not going to give it to her.
I didn't hear Patton Oswalt. I haven't heard it about him in a minute. He's a weird comedian, but Bill Burr deserves it, so I wouldn't be mad. That would be dope. But just to keep it separated, I'm going to go ahead and rock with my man, Jerry.
All right.
Jerry on the boring tip.
All right, people, that is our nominations and predictions for Grammys 2021. Obviously, we will circle back around to this when it drops, when it actually happens. I think, February, normally? Somewhere around there.
Yeah. February, something like that?
Something like that.
Tally it up, mark up my W here in a couple months, you know?
Yeah, I'm add another one to the list. So,
I mean, y'all know I just destroyed him in these picks, so.
Yeah, we'll see. So if you guys, want to let us know what your opinions are about any of this, any of your predictions, who you think will win, who you think should win. Again, tell us who your snubs are, who the surprises are. Let us know in the comments anywhere that this will go up. And by the time this goes up, this will probably be the last day of our Black Friday sale where everything is off 50% in our store, including this shirt right here, this hat, that shirt over there. All of it 50% off. So by the time this goes up, this will be the last day. So do not miss out. But yeah, we'll be back. Thank you guys for listening. If you like what you're hearing, please like, subscribe, follow, do all that jazz. It'll all be in the descriptions. We'll be back shortly with another one of these and another guest. I'm sure some listening party or something exciting for you guys. So please stay tuned. We'll catch you guys soon. Peace.
Peace, y'all. Keep living life fearless. You heard?